Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest 8-second gaming, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the 5 best solo queue legends. Because as the split goes on, a lot of people are going to be wanting to hit those high ranks again, and they might be having a little bit of an issue with that, especially on the solo queue grind. So we're going to be breaking these down today, and by the end of this video you will have a legend that works for you. But just quickly before we hop into that, if you guys are here, it's very clear that you want to get better at Apex, and if that's the case, then you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there we have top level coaches, including myself, that have created hundreds of guides already, with more on the way to make you the best player you can possibly be. We have legend guides, gun guides, VOD reviews, and much more, so no matter what you struggle with, you will find a solution there. So click the link in the description, pick yourself up a membership, and start to improve today. But okay, with that out of the way, let's hop into the legends, and the first legend I have for you guys today is going to be Horizon. Now Horizon is insanely strong in the current meta. Pretty sure a lot of you know that because of how many Horizons you see running around in almost every single game. But what makes Horizon so good? Well, first off, she has great vertical movement with her gravity lift. Stormpoint has a lot of very harsh height differences, especially with some of the buildings that you can play, and Horizon just gets around that so easily with one use of her tactical. On top of that, she has a very good ultimate. Her black hole can easily win fights on its own, and it is also a fantastic panic button. If something isn't going the way that you want it to go, or you just need to make an opening, you can throw out her ultimate and it will do its job fantastically. Is that a word? Fantastically? I don't know. Plus, she also works really well with the gravity cannons. One of the biggest issues with the gravity cannons is when you land on them, you're a very easy target. But with Horizon, you can send her out first, allow her to use her passive to slide around, create a little bit of confusion, and then your team lands in and they're not as open as they would be normally. So if worse comes to worse and you have to use a gravity cannon to push somebody, you're not in that bad of a situation. And because of all those strengths, Horizon is the first legend that I had for you guys. But now moving into legend number 2, this is going to be Bloodhound. Now in the current meta, it's very fight heavy, and when you want to be fighting, scans are always good to have. These are free, unbannable wall hacks. If you use this, hideouts isn't going to come kicking down your door. It gives great information to you and your team in order to better position in fights, single people out, everything blah blah blah. But why do I have Bloodhound over Seer? Seer is very common in the meta. Why would a solo queue use Hound instead? Well, it's for one very key reason, and that is Bloodhound's ultimate. When you're in this ultimate, not only do you get your scans back incredibly quickly, so it's almost like you have constant wall hacks, kind of like Seer's ultimate, but you're also the second fastest running character in the game, allowing you to be very mobile in fights, taking multiple different angles, and seem like you're coming from every direction. Yes, Seer is very strong, he does have some pretty good wall hacks, and his tactical is very annoying to play around. But Bloodhound has movement and the ability to be super aggressive in fights while also giving out the scans and the information that comes along with them. And when you have the movement and that kind of ability, you can be the one who wins fights and carries the team, and that's what you want when solo queuing. But jumping into our third legend now, this is going to be Loba. Now overall, Loba is a fantastic pick on Stormpoint to begin with, even if it's in a full 3-stack. Her black market is great, and it helps with looting a lot of the POIs that they have on this map, because yes, they do have a ton of items, but some of them take a while to get it all. Like fish farms. Fish farms takes forever to loot, but if you have a Loba with a good black market placement, you can kind of skip a bunch of the buildings because you know nothing's in them. She is also fantastic for more of the endgame situations, because if you're using a gun like a charge rifle, it can chew through ammo, but you throw a black market down, loot some more ammo, and you're good to go. But her black market isn't everything about her. Her bracelet is also a good multifunctional tool when it comes to fights. Her bracelet has some pretty good escape capability with it, but it also can be used to take off angles in fights and help pin teams down. A lot of people underestimate the value that good off angles in a fight can have. But if you have a character that's able to take those off angles, use them effectively, and have a way to get back to their team with very little risk if they get caught out, is very nice. And Loba is fantastic at that. She also has a pretty small hitbox, so if she needs to go into the open in order to get that off angle, she is a little bit harder to hit, and if you throw some movement in there with her, it also makes her that much harder to pin down. But if you're the enemy team and you try to throw yourself out of position in order to get that Loba, all she has to do is brace it back to her team, and now you're out of position, and you're kind of screwed for the rest of the fight. So that is why I have Loba on this list. Now jumping into our fourth legend, this is going to be Valkyrie, and a lot of people are nervous about Valkyrie still because of the nerfs that she did receive. But guys, trust me, Valkyrie did not lose any of her utility. She is still a very solid option. Now, I'm not going to try and deny that her ultimate isn't as useful as it used to be. It doesn't go as far, but it still helps you get out of a lot of situations. And on a map like Stormpoint, it has a lot of harsh circle pulls, and if you have a Valkyrie, you don't have to worry about those as much. You also don't have to worry about finding a trident potentially, and she also has beacon scan, so you can scan the beacon, get some ring knowledge, fast rotate with her ultimate, and be good to go. And pushing those height differences can be a pain in the butt, but with Valkyrie, she also has fantastic vertical movement. Not only do you have a ton of team utility with your kit, but you also have a ton of solo utility as well. Being able to push different angles, single people out with your rockets, and just stuff like that allows you to be a very self-sufficient legend while still being able to carry your team. Now, I have solo queued to Masters twice, and Valkyrie was always a good go-to option for me when I was solo queuing. And the last legend I want to talk about for you today, the 5th legend that I have for you, is going to be Vantage. Now, Vantage is a new legend that came out this season, and she's ridiculously strong for solo queuers. If you do not have a team to grind with, do not overlook this one. She has a fantastic passive that gets you a ton of information before the fight even starts without relying on callouts from your teammates because you already know exactly which armor everyone on their team has. But with her passive, she also has a very strong tactical. Mixing together basically Loba's bracelet and Octane's jump pad should not be underestimated. You can get some insane off angles, push the harsh height differences that the map has, be super offensive or defensive with it because it is very functional. But I'm not even done talking about how good her kit is because her ultimate is just the cherry on top of everything. Stormpoint has a lot of very open sniper lanes, and if you know how to abuse them, you can rack up some easy KP. But a lot of people have a very hard time deciding if they want to run a sniper rifle in order to use those lanes, or just run an assault rifle and a shotgun, or just something like that. But with Vantage, you don't have to make the decision. You can run whatever loadout you want to run and still have the long range covered with your ultimate. And your ultimate is not a weak sniper rifle at all. You can potentially two-shot a lot of different people if you're able to hit some headshots. And also, if you snipe them while they're already marked and they're down, that's an instant thirst. It does 100 damage, so they're out of the game just right there. So you don't have to overcommit to anything. You can run the loadout that you want. You can take off angles. You can get information. She's an insanely strong pick when it comes to solo queue. If you guys haven't tried her in your solo queue adventures, I highly recommend it. Give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. But now that you guys know the 5 legends that I recommend, please let me know in the comments which legend are you thinking of running in your solo queue adventures. I do read all the comments that we get on these videos, so let me know down below. And with all this being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to be notified when we post new videos, don't forget to hit the bell either. Thank you guys all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.